Waterdeep, one of the greatest cities in all of Faerun. It is home to a multitude of peaceful townfolk from all races and all walks of life. Beneath Waterdeep, however, lies a different realm. This is the deep dungeon known as Undermountain. Built by the mad wizard Halaster. Here, Halaster tests adventurers who trespass therein with the deadliest of traps and the most dangerous of creatures. All but the luckiest meet their deaths in its dark halls. Regardless of this presence beneath them, the people of Waterdeep feel safe enough. For while one may enter Undermountain, it is rare that anything actually comes out. Until now. For there is another realm that exists beneath even Undermountain, a place of shadows and evil known only as the Underdark. It is here that the sinister dark elves known as the Drow rule next to other subterranean horrors unknown to most on the surface world above. And it is the Drow who now lead an army of these creatures into the streets of Waterdeep, besieging the city from below in a campaign of blood and terror. And in their darkest hour, the Lords of Waterdeep have issued a call for a hero, someone who can face these dark elves and all their brethren in their own land, someone who can defeat the hordes of the Underdark.
I trust that your preparations are complete.
Very nearly, Dread Mistress. It should only be a matter of
Do not test my patience, Iblith. Would you have me wait? I, the terror of all the Underdark? The Dark Queen of Shadow?
Of course not, my mistress.
Then proceed. I wish to see this being whom my agents say can stop my great rise.
I do not believe anyone could stop you now, great Valsharis.
So I thought. But my agents have resources beyond the means of mortals. This one will be my undoing, so they say, if I do not act in time. So proceed, wizard. I will wait no further.
Soleno Samatka! Soleno Samatka!
What is this? A surfacer? And a male, no less. Have your spells become faulty, fool?
No, mistress. This is indeed an image of the one who shall defeat.
I will not be defeated. This image shows but a threat. It shall be dealt with like the others. You, male, remove this dead fool and summon my red sisters. Now.
Yes, Dread Mistress.
And you, surfacer, whoever you are and whatever threat you pose, you will not be able to hide. The Drow shall strike swiftly and without mercy.
We'll see about that, bitch! I'm gonna get me some Dark Elf Punani!
That's heavy. Fine, Lord, fine.
You stand shivering in the chill night. Air, sweat coursing down your body. You will somehow woken suddenly from your slumber, leaping from your bed to face what? The memory of your strange dream still rings clearly in your head, along with an inner alarm that tells you all is not right. Suddenly you notice a drow elf. She appears to be trying to break into the chest with your personal belongings. Bitch, get off my shit! A pretty young woman rushes in, a mixture of fear and concern on her face. You vaguely remember her as the daughter of the innkeeper.
Excuse me, is everything... Oh my word!
She finally spots the corpse of the drow thief and covers her mouth in horror. That is a drow thief! She's trying to steal my shit! I see. The girl looks down at the corpse skin, revulsion evident on her face. The drow woman, is she... Dead? Yeah, I killed that bitch! I don't think she was just a thief, my lord. She probably took your equipment so you'd be defenseless when the drow assassins showed up. That's been the pattern of the other attacks. Huh? There have been other attacks? Not here at the end, but some of Waterdeep's more prominent citizens have been killed in their homes while they sleep. Someone has been sending assassins to kill them off. But how could this thief even have known that you were here? You were the only just arrived in the city. I have to tell Father about this. We take pride in the safety of our guest. The thief must have used magic. That's the only way she could have gotten in here undetected. She must have used that same magic to send your equipment back to wherever she came from. Any idea where I could get some replacement shit? Tamsil frowns. Father's gathered weapons, armor, and other equipment here at the end to help in the defense of Waterdeep. Anyone working to save the city is welcome to it. Everything's stored in the armory just across the hall. Take whatever you need. Thank you! I don't want your second-rate bullshit! I want my shit! I'm sorry, my lord, but there's nothing more I can do. If you want your equipment back, you have to find the person who sent the drow thief here in the first place. I know the equipment in the armory isn't suitable for a hero like you, Luglug, but it's the best we've got. Now, please, excuse me, I have to go speak with my father. I'll tell him what's happened here, but it's best if you didn't mention the other guest. We don't want to start a panic in the end. Father will take the steps to see this doesn't happen again. Seeing that you're already in my room and I'm undressed... She wrinkles her nose in distaste, then quickly looks away from you. I'm not that sort of girl, my lord, and this is not that kind of place. Very well, off you go! Goodbye, my lord. Once you've what you need from the armory, please go downstairs to the main room. My father is waiting there to speak with you. Bitch! Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Neverwinter Nights. Here we start the Hordes of the Underdark expansion, and poor Luglug, pot-bellied and all, missing his one eye, and also lots of his armor. How dare they, Luglug? How dare they leave you in your ogre underoos? Alrighty then. Well, Luglug's not used to being naked. They took all my shit. Relic of the Reaper. You discovered this artifact when you were briefly trapped in the plane of shadows. Ever since you first picked it up, it has refused to leave your possession. Drop it, throw it away, crush it, always it immediately reappears, pulsing warmly with the power as it ever does. Its main ability that you know of is that it can teleport you to a pocket dimension ruled over by the mysterious being that calls itself the Reaper. The Reaper's dimension is a nexus of sorts. The Reaper is not an unfriendly sort, allows you to use the relic to bind a location to a door in the dimension, allowing instant transportation back to that point. It will also teleport you to the dimension upon the moment of your death, saving you. The relic may only be used in the fashion, however, to bind a point or save you from death. You have a rogue stone in your possession. The Reaper uses the power inherent within the gem to power the relic, consuming the gem in the process. Naturally, this makes rogue stones even more valuable to you than they would have been otherwise. Where the Reaper comes from or how the relic stone was created has never been revealed to you. You suspect that one day its mysterious history will catch up with you. For the moment, however, it has been far more of a boon. I don't really like any of this shit. I want my fucking great axe back. The Yawning Portal Dagger is a complimentary dagger supplied to all guests of the Yawning Portal Inn. The once flawless blade has been dulled from much use. A stamp on the hilt suggests that it is crafted by a cabal of wizards hidden along the Sword Coast. -1 damage penalty. Yeah, that's reassuring. Inventory note. We don't really give a shit about your inventory note. The large tome was a rather interesting title, Shadows of Undertide, written by D. Scalesinger. Inside its pages is the full account of an adventure from earlier in your career, your first adventure, in fact. The facts seem a bit exaggerated according to your memory, but that apparently didn't stop the book from becoming a great hit amongst the nobility in several major cities throughout Faerun. For a time you had a unique experience of becoming a household name. People who you didn't know would shout out to you happily as you passed or treated you like a trusted friend. The fame eventually died down somewhat, which was a relief at the time, but you've held onto a copy of the book as a souvenir. As for the author, a kobold bard by the name of Deacon, you haven't met him since those early days. Part of you has to wonder if you aren't owed some royalties. Oh, it's about my adventures. We gotta hang on to that. That's important shit. Ale! Alright, Luglug's gonna take a drink with me, as I just poured myself some new beer. It is called Dubhe, D-U-B-H-E. It's an Imperial Black IPA. It's brewed with hemp seed and has an alcohol content of 9.2. It's by Unta Brewing Company, U-I-N-T-A Brewing Company. Let's take a sip. That's fucking tasty, bitch. I like it. Alright, let's get drunk and play Hordes of the Underdark. Locked? I'll show you what I do to lock doors. I do not very much damage. I might have to come back to this. I've certainly taken away a lot of my power.
I greet you.
The ancient-looking man appears ready for battle, though his frail body can barely keep itself upright beneath the weight of his armor. Am I so old that I'm no use to anyone? One of the few who's entered under the mountain and returned to tell the tale, but now they tell me I'm too old to help water deep against those foes. You are too old. Why not just go home? His body seems to cave onto itself. When they open the streets again, then I shall go home and die. Now leave me be.
I greet you.
Although this man looks human, faint traces of elven... A bitch. Faint traces of elven features reveal a mixed heritage. He appears to be meditating, but as you approach, his eyes open and he smiles in greeting. Good morning to you, friend. I'm glad to see you up and about this morning. I believe today you and the other heroes here shall finally hear what good Durnan has planned for you all. Hopefully he can shed some light on the recent assassinations and the denizens of the dark that are appearing to make war on this fair city. Who are you? My name is Cyphus, a monk of the Guarded Mind Order. I've traveled here in hopes of finding new insights into the creatures of the dark who now ravage this city. Very little has been written on the Underdark, and little of what has been written is verifiable. My order is interested in learning the truth of such things. And if it is what I heard from others here is true, you are a famed adventurer, perhaps I shall have to put some thought into documenting your presence in this war. You want to write about me? You've heard the bearing of one who shapes events and histories? If that proves to be the case, I'll have little choice but to chronicle your participation in events here. Who are your masters? Knowledge is not something that members of our order share. Strict rules are in place to keep our order safe. Simply know that I am an observer, nothing more. I wish you luck in whatever lies ahead, but I will not be part of it. You don't want to work with me, the great Lug-Lug? I thank you for the offer, but I am afraid not. My main role here is observation rather than interaction. I will learn what I can from studying the enemy, not fighting him. I do not expect you or any of the others to understand the beliefs of my order, but we do not involve ourselves in war. We observe and record, and that is all. You a pussy! May your journey expand your mind and fill your life with wonders. May my journey fill my life with big boobies and gold pieces. Fuck wonders. Critical! Let's see here. Parlay. Speak with us, my friend. Linu! Hey! Tell my peoples. Where's Grimna? No, where's Grimna?
Blessed be.
Selvan woman has a pleasant aura about her. She nods her head to you respectfully. You notice a silver amulet around her neck, marking her as a cleric of the elven goddess Sehani Moonbow.
You are welcome amongst us, dear. I understand everyone here has been awaiting your arrival with great anticipation.
The innkeeper has refused to acknowledge the rest of us until Lug-Lug makes an appearance. I, for one, did not journey so far to render aid only to be ignored.
There's no need to be unkind, Dale. This man deserves our respect. He's an adventurer of worth, and the fact that he is here is a boon to our cause. Huh? Ain't no cause that I know about that's gonna pay me 100,000 gold like this one, will they? I agree with Tommy. Gold speaks louder than any cause I've heard of. That's an odd thing for a bard to say, Sharwin. Have you no sense of epic? I wonder if our friend here would agree with you.
Then why do we not ask him? What of it, Lug-Lug? What has brought you to Waterdeep in the hour of need?
I'm always looking for adventure if the reward is right.
The half-orc looks away, sighing with resignation. Mercenary then. Looks like this will be less money for you, Tommy.
Bloody hell! The elven cleric regards you for another moment. I've heard of you, Lug-Lug, but I must admit I know little in the way of details. Perhaps we will get a chance to adventure together. Huh? Are you guys fucking having brain farts? We conquered the lands of Neverwinter together. Christ, it wasn't that long ago. Well, perhaps once you speak to Durnan, we shall have that chance. I look forward to it, dear. I believe Master Durnan is waiting for you in the other room. Good luck. So no Grimnar. Disappointing. Let's parlay with parlay. A pretty but quiet elf sips wine carefully from her glass before speaking. With all that's hard to balance in this age, let my hospitality welcome and comfort you. What do you mean? Times of stress and war do not exempt one from good manners. Hold tight to this lesson, and you shall find peace in the midst of conflict. My name is Parlay. I'm a druid out of Vasa, and you would be Lug-Lug, correct? Yeah, that is I. I've heard a few tales about you since I've come to this part of the world. I used to dream of having tales told about me. It is another fighter such as yourself that convinced me to leave my homeland and enter this civilized world. But I am sure you have no interest in hearing about my struggles. You must have enough of your own. Sometimes it helps to share your troubles with someone else. That's very kind. It's just such a response that is source of my problems, though. I was content to live in my forest and tend to nature, solitary, yet not lonely, until I met Faragati. He was a half-elven from the city, who found me meditating by a small brook. I mentioned him to join me, and he sat at my side, simply staring at me.
I kill things that stare at me!
That is frightening. I shall try to remember not to look at you too much. Once I had finished my meditations, he spoke at length. He told me how he had left the city to see unfamiliar wonders to the forest, and he raved about the beauty of my world. After a time I asked about the life he had left behind. I thought he would disparage the city as an ugly, filthy place, but he did not. The city, he said, had its own unique beauty. After he left, his words stayed with me. I realized I needed to emerge from my retreat and sample the world and all it had to offer, so I came here. And you know what I found?
You hate it?
As much as I love nature, I love the bustle of the city as well. Everyone leads a life that is important to him, or her, as storing nuts is to a squirrel, and so I find myself in a quandary. How do I reconcile my life as a Druid to a life in the city? I'm not looking for an answer from you. The answer must come from me. But thank you for your time.
You're welcome, I guess.
Lug, it's been a great pleasure talking to you. Please allow me to give you a small gift. May your travels make you wiser, and your life be rich and full for the stretch of a day. I give you the strength of the bull. The balance favor you, Lug.
Cool! Hey, what?
With long dried splatters of blood across his face, and an ale in hand, the dwarf looks contented and very drunk.
I tell you true, I'm a taste for blood, and I'm gonna taste more. Nothing could hold me back from this here under mountain. Soon as I'm done me drink, I'm going hunting. I've got a hankering for some monster brains served on me axe. How'd you like the taste of that, fair lad? I'll join you in that feast, fair friend dwarf.
He slaps your shoulder and laughs.
Aye, I thought you might, and call me Drizzy, won't you? Now, me, I've eaten my way through a dragon's intestines to escape a delicate predicament. And I don't mind telling you that the dragon's spleen is the juiciest meal a dwarf could enjoy, particularly while the dragon is still alive. And a much more enjoyable experience than having to eat my way through my brother's partly digested corpse. I promise you that. Start at the beginning. How did you get inside of a dragon? I should be thinking that'd be obvious. He ate me in one big gulp. Me and my family were looking for a new home, and we heard a tale about this huge dungeon that was underwater deep. Don't you know? We figured the mage that stockade the place could use a good dwarf or two to keep things going, so we came looking for Hallister. Hurry up and get to the dragon part. Hold your tongue, you mangy cur. I'm almost there. You see, we never found the mages. We was attacked by this big black dragon first. He ate me brother and me paw, though he refused to eat me mother. I suppose she looked right bitter to him and all. He just spit his acid and melted her on the spot. Finally, he grabbed me and swallowed me whole. Unlike my poor family, I was wearing proper magical armor that protected me from the dragon's acid. You really ate your way out of a live dragon? Oh, you calling me a liar? Every word of that tale be bare truth, and I don't expect to have much trouble with this here dungeon neither. We'll carve that mountain up and massacre our enemies, strike and tear into their hearts with maniacal laughter, and I bet I'll beat you to the bottom, I do. I'll even let you have a head start. I don't need no head start, little short fat bald fuck. Ha! That's the attitude, lad. You've got some spark in you. I like it. If you get into some trouble down there and I want to buy, I might even consider helping you. But for now, I wish you best of luck. I'm just going to have one more ale before I head down. Down to the floor, that is. You drunk bastard. Durnan turns toward you as you enter the common room, a stern and solid man who is rumored to have once been a great warrior. The relief now on his face clearly visible.
I am glad that you made it at last. I trust your accommodations were adequate?
Aside from the thief in my room, very much so. Durnan's features hardened and deep anger is suddenly evident. Aye, Tamsil told me what happened. I cannot apologize enough, look. Once I would have been able to ensure the safety of my guests, but no longer. The damnable drow come and go as they please, it seems. These are dark times for our city. The enemies of Waterdeep must have learned you hadn't answered our call for heroes. Given your reputation, it's not surprising they targeted you. The drow will pay for this visit. I want my shit back. Hold on a sec there. A drow thief came in and stole all your equipment. If I'd have known you were such an easy mark, I might have nicked your stuff myself. Durnan silences Tommy's laughter with a cold glare. This is no joking matter. The drow don't play games. I'm guessing the theft was only the first step in their mission. The drow likely figured you'd be more vulnerable without your equipment. A drow assassin would probably have shown up a few seconds later to finish you off in your sleep. Fortunately, you woke up and thwarted their plan. Others in Waterdeep haven't been so lucky. There are several reports of prominent citizens slain in their beds. Waterdeep is under attack. Its people live in fear. That's why I made the call you all responded to. We're going to do something about it. Why you? Why don't the Lords of Waterdeep deal with this? The Lords of Waterdeep have their hands full protecting the city. I have experience with Undermountain, so I've been placed in charge of organizing this venture. Tommy's willing to help, just so long as that 100,000 gold pieces reward stays on the table. Not all of us are here because of gold, Durnan. Some of us truly want to help. Please tell us what must be done.
Raiding parties of drow and other creatures rarely seen on the surface are attacking the city. We've determined that these attacks are coming through Undermountain.
But Undermountain has existed for centuries. Why hasn't there been any trouble before?
That's what we need to find out. The Labyrinth of Undermountain was created long ago by Halaster, a mage whose power may have rivaled even Elminster himself. Halaster ruled Undermountain like a brutal tyrant. It was his magic that kept the creatures within from pouring out to overrun Waterdeep. Now Halaster has suddenly decided to unleash his creatures on this city, and we need to find out why. I want to know what that mad mage is up to.
The attackers are drow. Why do you think Halaster is involved? It is odd that Halaster has aligned himself with the Dark Elves. He's never been too fond of them, but the drow are attacking through Undermountain, and that means Halaster must be involved. Would Halaster still even be alive? Undermountain was built hundreds of years ago, but Halaster is an archmage. Time doesn't mean the same to him as it does to us. I'm certain he's alive and he's involved in these attacks.
It's pretty clear that the answers we seek can't be found here on the surface. The only hope we have of stopping Halaster is to send someone down into Undermountain after him.
And how are we supposed to do that? As many of you know, the Ascent is built around one of the entrances to Undermountain, a magical well that descends thousands of feet down into the very depths of that ever-changing labyrinth. Now, I don't intend to send anyone into Undermountain unprepared. That would be suicide. And we don't believe in suicide because suicide is for cowards. I'll offer you what advice and equipment I can. In fact, I think it might be a good idea if...
What's that noise, Father?
Yeah, it's coming from the well room.
Durnan listens intently for a moment before his eyes go wide with the realization of what is about to happen.
When the shit goes down, you better be ready.
Oh, drow! You dare to attack my inn!
You're sitting. You're right. What will foul make it do?
They come through the well!
What the fuck? Get off my nuts!
The end is near for you. Die right now. Quick, let's go!
Alright, let's go! We just whooped some serious asshole!
It was a close thing, but I think we've managed to drive them back. I need you four to stay here and guard the well until then.
Oh shit!
Follow that abomination, quickly!
Greetings, adventurer.
Durnan wipes the dust off his clothing brusquely. Having just recovered from the effects of the Beholder's ray, his expression is a clear mix of helpless frustration and rage.
Blast those four fools! What were they thinking? Rushing headlong into the well like a bunch of impatient children! Don't they realize how dangerous Undermountain is?
Perhaps you're more out of practice at this than you thought. He glares at you with disgust. Why, thank you, Lug-Lug. That's exactly what I needed to hear. How I'm responsible for all this. What now, then? I don't want you rushing off in a blind rage like those others, Lug-Lug. You have to be smart about this. You'll need to be properly prepared before you go into Undermountain. You're the only one who can turn to now, Lug-Lug. None of the other adventurers here can measure up to you. Not even close. You're Waterdeep's last hope. And what do I get in return for this? Durnan scowls. There's the reward money, of course, but I thought you'd want to get even with whoever was behind the thief in your room. You want to get your equipment back, right? I'm guessing that thief was just the beginning, Lug-Lug. It's obvious you're a target. That's the price of being a living legend. They stole your equipment to weaken you, but this isn't over. Whoever's behind the attacks knows you're Waterdeep's only real hope. Next time they'll send an assassin, and they'll keep sending them until they finally kill you unless you stop them. And how am I supposed to survive Undermountain? I won't lie to you, it won't be easy, but the key is to go and prepare. Talk to White Thesta. She has some items that will help you out, and you'll need all that you can get. Alright, I'll do it! Durnan nods relieved, though he still looks at you apprehensively. I can't help but think I'm making a deal with the devil, considering your reputation. To rely on you so heavily for Waterdeep's future. He shrugs, sighing. But I have no choice. I can only hope for the best and wish you well. The well will lead you down into Undermountain. Once you've talked to White Thesta and stocked up on equipment, I can help you up and down. I suspect you may have questions first, however. I had a dream before the thief came. Durnan raises a quizzical eyebrow. A dream? What sort of dream? He listens as you describe the dream and the drow matron, intensely interested. When you finish, he scratches his beard thoughtfully. Ah, interesting. I've never been the one to put much stock in prophetic dreams, but I doubt you would be telling me this if you thought it was nothing more than your imagination. I've seen enough to know that having a powerful ally in your corner is something to be grateful for, usually. If someone sent you that dream, it might be a good idea to find out who. You think the dream was sent by an ally? Well, the dream did save your life. You could chalk it up to luck, but sounds like to me like someone or something is interested in your well-being. At this point, I wouldn't turn away an ally, even an unknown one. And Undermountain, you'll need all the allies you can find. What are you gonna be doing while I'm down there? Keeping my inn safe, naturally. Overseeing the guards watching this well, trying to round up more adventurers in the city. I have my doubts on that point. Don't worry, however, I won't go too far. I'll be here to bring you back up to the well when you need me to. I'll be going now. You'd be smart to stock up on equipment before you go down there. Look, there's a couple of stores out in the city still up and running. Just tell Greyban I said it was okay for you to leave the inn. And make sure you speak with White Vesta. Her inventory of healing magic comes in handy in Undermountain. She's even got magic to raise the dead, if you need it. Of course, by then it's usually too late. I'll be here if you need me. I've got to make sure we get some more guards set up around this well to prevent another attack. Just speak to me again when you're ready to enter Undermountain, and I'll lower you down the well myself. Good luck, Glug. We're all counting on you now.
Deacon greets the noble hero.
Furiously riding away in a small tone, the small kobold is not aware of your approach. When he glances up and notices you, he smiles broadly.
Boss, you comes to big human city. Somehow Deacon just knew you would come.
Deacon, I haven't seen you for ages!
Yes, it has been long time, boss. Deacon be real busy for long time traveling and writing book. Deacon be famous born now.
Congratulations, Deacon, I'm happy for you. The kobold gives you a big, toothy grin.
Deacon happy too. Deacon travels lots, just like he says he would. Deacon do not believe his eyes that human cities be so big. Deacon finished great epic story about boss too, just like Deacon say he would. Did you seize it? Did you likes it?
It was a bit shorter than I expected. Deacon shrugs, sighing.
Lots of epic story get cut out. Lots of stuff get changed too, even though it's not true. More epic publishers say. Deacon thinks publisher be very strange. Good news be that Deacon work on new book now, see? Deacon not God's title for it yet, however.
I'm sure it'll be suitably epic.
Maybe. That's why Deacon come to Waterdeep. There be call for heroes, and Deacon wanna be hero like Boss was. It make for a good book, Deacon thinking.
So you came here expecting to go into Undermountain by yourself? The kobold shakes his head, grinning.
Deacon not so silly. Deacon not going Undermountain by himself. No. Deacon just get killed that way. Deacon great kobold hero, but still just little kobold. Deacon come and hope that he find other adventurers. Maybe they take Deacon with him, but... Here the kobold sighs sadly. Oh, that's not my part, fuck. Nobody wants to take little kobold along.
How about we join forces? Deacon clasps his hands together excitedly.
Yeah! Yeah, motherfucker, yeah! Deacon think you never asked, boss. We make great team. You and Deacon. Just you waits and sees.
Alright, got little freaking Deacon back in here.
Fair evening to you.
Oh, good evening to you too, Tits McGee. How you doing? This elegantly dressed, well-manicured, beautiful woman smiles at you, and you smile at her breasticles.
It is good to finally meet you in person. My name is White Vesta. I'm a priestess, so if you need healing or any temple supplies, I'm here to help.
Lugluck got boner right now. You know who I am?
Everyone knows you, at least by reputation. Durnan told me you would be here when he asked me to come and lend my healing services to this mission. That Durnan is certainly an interesting fellow, isn't he? I've heard that in his youth he was quite the adventurer, and he still has that strong, rugged look. I wouldn't mind adding him to my list.
I don't have time for this shit, whore. Durnan said you had something for me.
Yes, of course. Let's get right to business. I have a gift here. Something to help you on your quest.
What is it?
It's a rod of resurrection, an item of such power it actually raises the dead. Based on all the rumors about Undermountain, you're going to need it. Those 4 eager souls who charged on ahead likely have need of its power, so don't be afraid to use it on them if you stumble across their bodies. The rod has several charges.
If they're stupid enough to rush off, then they got what they deserved.
Really? You might want to reconsider that attitude. Undermountain is a dangerous place, and few are brave enough to venture into its depths. If you find the remains of one of those brave adventurers and restore them, they might be willing to help you in your quest. I doubt you'll find many others who would accompany you into the Undermountain.
Do you have anything else I could use?
Now let me show you the rest of my items. Normally I'd ask a large donation for each of them, but since you're trying to save the city, I'll only need enough to cover the base cost.
Let's get down to it, bitch! I need some +9 plate mail to start off with. Good thing I'm rich. I'll go ahead and take that. Yep. Boom shakalaka. Huh? You don't have a great axe? The fuck? I don't need charisma. Charisma's for bitches. Monks are gay! The Drow Dagger. The runes in this dagger identify it belonging to the Red Sisters, a notorious sect of Drow assassin. Gay! Ring of resistance and a ring of protection. Man, what do they do with all my wonderful, beautiful potions? Those bastards. A lesser Iwan Bluestone. Excuse me, I still got a bit of a cough here. I think I'm gonna save the rest of my money. No potions of healing is really what I prefer here.
A fair evening to you. A fair evening.
Yeah, that'll work for now. Got armor and a weapon I can use.
Good day.
I thought I was capable of handling anything, even the terrors of the Undermountain, but now it turns out I'm no match for the Drow. Maybe a hero of your stature can survive in Hallis's dungeon, Lug, but I've learned my lesson. I'm staying right here in the inn. I'm not going anywhere near that fucking Undermountain.
Hello there.
This pretty elf looks up at you. Are you going on to Undermountain, Lug? If so, I wish you luck. I have nothing more to do with that unnatural place. As a Druid, I know death is part of the natural order, but I'm glad that cleric raised me back to life. I wasn't ready to become part of the natural order quite yet. She lets out a forlorn sigh. Perhaps my attitude is a sign that this city is changing me. Once the streets of Waterdeep are open again, I think I'll return to the wilderness.
Such violence and bloodshed here in our own home. Please help us. Help my husband, or Waterdeep will surely fall.
Well, hello there.
We were lucky to survive. I hope they don't launch another attack. Hello, cook!
Well met.
The cook swats at a fly that buzzes around a pot of soup. How am I supposed to work in such conditions?
Hello there.
The halfling glares at the cook. He is a misery to work for. ain't good to steal. Fuck. This place is poop. Let's see here. To the well room and to Waterdeep.
Oi, what can I get ya?
This huge one-handed half-orc stares at you with a grimace, trying to decide if he recognizes you or not. You no allowed out. There be bound on streets. I'm allowed to leave. His eyes narrow in thought. Me not remember boss say you go out. I'm Lug-Lug. Durnan said you'd let me out. The half-orc's mind slowly churns over this information. Then his face brightens in recognition. Lug-Lug, yeah. Boss say it okay for you to go out. Me remember now. You be careful. There be bad stuff out there. Many streets closed, shops closed, and sometimes looters. He unlocks the door, then slips the key back inside his shirt. He gives you a big, toothy grin and waves goodbye. And I'm going to wave goodbye to you, my hordelings. We'll see you in the next video of as we explore Waterdeep in the Hordes of the Underdark Neverwinter Nights expansion. Thanks for watching.